सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। Yes.
People make them tell us, and it is the one that distinguishes between Chitta Suddhi and Punya. So I'm not able to understand what is Punya. I'm able to understand good deeds. I'm not able to understand Chitta Suddhi.
The clarification is, I said it is the scriptures, it is the Shastra, it is the scriptures that guides the intellect. And what happens is, it is the Shastra that distinguishes between, when you do an action, the result will be Punya Karma or Chitta Suddhi. So it is the Shastra that distinguishes between the two. This is a statement that is said. Again, I repeat, the statement that was said is, it is the Shastra that distinguishes between Punya Karma and Chitta Suddhi. The question is, Punya Karma is understandable. But what is Chitta Suddhi? What is that inner purification? That's what the question is. What does Chitta Suddhi mean? Chit means thoughts, pure thoughts. Purification of thoughts is called Chitta Suddhi, loosely called as inner purification, self-purification, any word you can use. But all that means, what does this inner purification means? What does this Chitta Suddhi mean? By understanding what dirt is, the opposite of dirt is purity. Again, I repeat, Chitta Suddhi cannot be defined directly. What is dirt will be told. Absence of this dirt is purity. This is the Vedantic method. If you ask, what is Chitta Suddhi? It means purity. What is purity? The answer will be, first, what is impurity? So the first explanation will be what is impure, and then the absence of this impurity, the elimination of this impurity is called Chitta Suddhi. Are you able to follow? Why can't you define it directly? Why can't you directly say what is Chitta Suddhi? Why do you have to take the roundabout method of saying what dirt is and then elimination of it, absence of it? Why can't you say it directly? It cannot be told directly because you will not know how to receive it. The problem is not that it cannot be told. The problem is you will not know. You will not, nobody is qualified enough or pure enough to digest it, understand it. You follow? Gautam Buddha says it very beautifully. Buddha says, in those days they borrow fire, isn't it? In those days they borrow fire. There will be fire in one house, By the time you start your own fire at home for cooking, it gets so late. So what do? They go and borrow fire. Buddha says, you have come to borrow fire and you are carrying a tissue paper. You have come to borrow fire. What are you carrying with you? A tissue paper. What will happen? Even before it touches your hand, the tissue paper is gone. You will drop it means the patram that you are bringing in is not right. Are you able to follow? The patram that you are bringing in to take the fire is not the right patram. Since you are not bringing in the right patram, meaning the right vessel, you have to be told what is the right vessel. Negation is the method. What all it is not. Don't bring tissue paper. Don't bring this. Don't bring this. Don't bring this. When all that is negated, what is left behind is purity. This is the classic Vedic Vedantic method of teaching. They will not define what it is. They will say what it is not. It looks like a very weird way of teaching. It looks like a very funny way of teaching. What kind of a teaching is this? Why can't you directly say this is it? Can't say directly this is it. You can say it, but it won't have. The person will say, correct. I understood what Chitta Suddhi is. And that person will become a very good scholar in Chitta Suddhi and not have any Chitta Suddhi at all. Are you able to follow? Therefore, the methodology adopted is what? It will tell you what it is. It will tell you what it is not. You follow? What it is not, you understand. What is not Chitta Suddhi? What is the dirt? Opposite of Shuddha is Mala, dirt. What is the Mala? What is the Mala? The Mala can be understood in two ways. The Mala, the dirt, can be understood as the disease, or it can be understood through symptoms. Again, I repeat, it can be directly understood as the disease, or it can be or the disease can be understood through the symptoms. We are at a stage where we can understand only through symptoms. Symptomatic treatment, symptomatic assessment, it works. So we go through assessing the symptoms. So if these symptoms are there is impurity. You follow? And then how intense it is. Remember that. How frequent it is. How intense it is. What is the recovery time taken out of? That shows the Mala, the dirt. You follow? Again, repeat the frequency of it, the intensity of it, and the recovery time. FIR. Frequency, intensity, recovery. How frequent it is, how intense it is, how much time you take to recover from that shows the intensity of the symptom. So first we understand it through symptoms. What are the symptoms? I'm going to describe what the symptoms. To understand the disease, we need to understand the frequency of the symptom, the intensity of the symptom, and how recovery time. How slow or how fast, we do not know the recovery time. Are you okay till now? The sign of impurity. The sign of impurity. I'll give you the list of impurities. The first impurity is 1A, 1B, 1C in போட்டுக்கோங்க. 1A, 1B, 1C. ஏன்னா மூணு ஒரே group. So the first sign, the first indicator of impurity is Kama, Raga, Dvesha. First sign of impurity is kama, raga, dvesha. Attachment to what you have, craving for what you don't have. 1A, attachment to what you have. Number 2, craving for what you don't have. Number 3, dvesha, hatred. The frequency of 1A, the intensity of 1A, the recovery time of 1A. And more ellathukkum you can put. I'm not going to narrate the whole thing. Just take one. Attached to what you have. You follow? As you are attached to what you have, the mind is craving for something else. And then comes dvesha, hatred. How to understand this? The Mahabharata story, Duryodhana had dvesha towards the Pandavas and craving for their wealth. Duryodhana had craving to the wealth of, so he had a tremendous raga. He had a tremendous raga towards the wealth of the Pandavas and extreme dvesha towards the Pandavas. You able to follow? This is impurity. As he is attached to what he has. So as I am attached to what I have, I will crave for what I don't have, and I have hatred towards something. You follow? Why it is called as dirt? Why it is called as, first of all, the question has to be addressed. You can't simply make a statement, it is dirt. Why do we call it as dirt? It is called as dirt because it takes you away from what you want. Anything that takes you away from what you want is the dirt. Are you able to follow now? It's not a moral and ethical stance to say it is dirt. It is called dirt because it takes you away from what you want. What is it that anybody wants? They want to be peaceful. They want to feel a sense of security, and they want to feel happy. Everybody wants to feel happy. Everybody wants to be peaceful, and everybody wants a sense of security. Anything that takes away these things that you want becomes a dirt. Are you able to follow? Are you okay till now? Who told you to seek for peace, security, happiness? Did Shastra tell you? Ram Subramaniam. Shastra ma sollithu. Search for peace, search for security, search for happiness. Did Shastra teach you that? Did Shastra say peace, security, happiness? That's what you are seeking. Are you able to follow? Shastra doesn't tell you what to seek. Shastra only comes and tells you, if this is what you are seeking, this is the road you have to take. If this is what you are seeking, this is the road you have to take. Map wrong road kamcha. If the map shows the wrong road, what will happen? I got into the Ola at 6 o'clock, planning to be here by 6:30. 10 minutes late, that fellow, okay, I got in. And he took a different route. And I asked him, why are you going in this route? Adayarki in the route illa. Why he's taking the opposite route towards my home. Sir, map la adhan sir kattadu. In his map, I have chosen house. In my map, it is showing. I don't want to say that. Ganesh's house. Correct? No, you don't want to say. Correct? No, Ravi? All right. In my, So if the map is, he is confused, I'm confused. The auto driver, I'm telling him stop, he stopped. That auto driver is confused, I am confused. Both of us are confused. He's looking so confused. I said, just cut pannupa, tension avada, cut pannu, I'll pay you. Habada, he got the relief. I said, I will pay you. Teju. She only gets very angry. Yeah. The auto driver is very lucky, sir. Because I always pay the fellow, no, the 100 rupees. I said, pay that fellow first. Because he's worried now that I'm not going to. He's not worried about me getting late and all. He's worried about, he's so first to satisfy him. I said, I will pay you at the thing. Cut it. I got down. By the time I got into another auto, I'm checking the map now. Yeah. எங்கப்பா உனக்கு வந்திருக்குது சார் அடையாறு தான் சார் வந்திருக்குது இப்போ போன வாட்டி எப்படிப்பா தப்பா வந்துச்சு God only knows how it happens. Destination is what you choose. Are you able to follow? Shastra doesn't choose the destination for you. Destination is what you choose. Shastra only says these are the road rules you have to follow if you have to reach the destination. What are the road rules that you have to follow if you have to reach the destination is what Shastram is. Shastram is not going to tell you go here or go there. Are you able to follow now? These are the, what is your destination? You want to be peaceful, you want to be happy, you want to feel secure. Who told you to search for this? Who taught you to search for this? Everybody will come and tell you peace is here, security is here. But who told you, who taught you seek this? Nobody has to teach you this because this is your intrinsic search. This is your intrinsic nature. This is what you are searching for. All that the Shastras does now is what? In the destination, in the road edukudadu. In the destination, in the road edukunu. Don't take this road, take this road. In that road, obstacles and all will be there. What are the obstacles? First obstacle, 1A, 1B, 1C. What is that 1A, 1B, 1C? Kama, Raga, Dvesha. Of the three, Dvesha is the worst. Why? Because when you have Dvesha, what you will do? You will bring that fellow up mentally again and again and again and slaughter that fellow. Again, what you will do when you have Dvesha, hatred, you will bring that fellow up mentally and make a mincemeat of that fellow. Yeah, you make a mincemeat of that fellow mentally. That fellow is completely dead. 2 days later, start all over again. You can never get tired of doing this. You know why social media became such a big hit in 10 years? You can spew venom there and nobody will tell you anything back because they will not come and stand in front of you. Nowadays, they are making rules for that also. Because you can just, everybody, somebody says this person is wrong, another person says, how dare you say that? One person says this fellow is wrong. Another person will say, how dare you say that? Do you know who that person is? Do you know what? And both are exchanging. Both are exchanging what? Poison. Both are exchanging poison. And that will be so entertaining. That will be so pleasing also. That will be so entertaining also. Are you able to follow? 1A, 1B, 1C is the first dot. Kama, Raga, Dvesha. Kama means desire, means impulse. Sight of it, you are lost. That is kama. You see it, you are lost. As long as you don't see it, you are okay. Huh? Sometimes you will go search for it. Sometimes you will go search for it. Oh my God. The search, the eyes searching. Stalking. What is that? Stalking. First I thought STOCK நினைச்சேன். ஸ்டாக்னா எனக்கு தெரிஞ்ச ஒரே ஸ்டாக் அதுதான். ஸ்டாக்னா ஏதோ ஸ்டாக் வச்சிருக்காங்க, ஏதோ ஃபேக்டரி ஸ்டாக் வச்சிருக்காங்க. I thought. Then அப்படி கிடையாது சார். Oh my God. Stalking. விஜய் தெரியுமா அப்ப உனக்கு ரெண்டாவது வேர்டு STALK என்ன தெரியுமா? சிலம்பரசன் தெரியாது இல்ல? தமிழ் வார்த்தை சொன்னா தெரிஞ்சிடும் இல்லையா? அப்படி பார்த்துனே இருக்கிறது இல்லையா? You follow? Kama. Either you want it, either the sight of it will tempt you, or you will go searching for it. And then you develop tremendous attachment towards it. As you develop an attachment towards it, you will want more, something else. This is 1A, 1B, 1C. Now 2A, 2B, 2C, 2D, 2E, 2F. ரெண்டாவது 2A, 2B, 2C, 2D, 2E, 2F. ஆறு வந்ததா? ஆறு வந்துடுது. குரோத, லோப, மத, மாத்சரிய, பய, துவேஷா போட்டுங்க திருப்பி. எவ்வளவு வாட்டி வேணா போட்டுக்கலாம் துவேஷா. Because that hatred in that human being, oh my God, obnoxious it is, but everybody has tons of it, and they have intense and they have perfect justifications for it also. How can you not hate these things, sir? How can you not? See, when you see adharma, how can you? Yeah, Ram Subramaniam, correct? Adharma பார்த்து எப்படி சும்மா இருக்கிறது? One adharmic fellow cannot punish another adharmic fellow. One blind person cannot give a lecture on color to another blind person. Does it make any sense? This is the problem of it. Are you able to follow? Understand it like this. When two people have a conversation, don't participate in that conversation. Just stand apart and watch that conversation. Both will be constantly discussing. Okay. When two enlightened people meet, what will happen? When two enlightened people meet, what will happen? What is there to talk? Yeah, பேசுறது ஒண்ணுமே இல்ல. They just stay quiet. What is there to talk? You talk because you don't know what else to do. Yeah, not because we have something meaningful to say. We just don't know what else to do. Restlessness makes us to do all these things that we do comes out of the restlessness. When two unenlightened, non-enlightened persons speak, what will they speak? First category are Ram Subramaniam. Two enlightened persons. They will not speak. Beautifully, they talk about Buddha and Mahavira. Sometimes they both lived together. Sometimes they will be in the same village. Sometimes they will both be staying in the same dharmashala. And both the disciples will say, why not go and meet? Why not go and meet? What will they meet? What will they meet for? What will they talk? So two enlightened persons, Two unenlightened persons, when they meet, what will they do? Non-stop talking. Huh? Non-stop talking. And 85% of the talk will be hatred. 85% of the talk will be about how this person is not right, how this person is not right, how this person is not right, and how this person should be punished and why they are not getting punished. Able to follow? When one enlightened person and one non-enlightened person meet, what will happen? Third category is customana category. First category, absolutely no problem. Second category also absolutely no. Third category, what is the third category? Person. ஒரு enlightenedum ஒரு non-enlightened personum meet பண்ணா என்ன ஆகும்? One fellow will talk and one fellow will listen. Who will talk and who will listen? Who will talk and who will listen? The unenlightened will go on talking. Commissioner. சரியா? Go on talking. And then finally, fantastic lecture, sir. Fantastic lecture, sir. The mother lecture can. The enlightened person didn't even utter a word. They didn't. That fellow won't even utter a word. Professional speaker, we have heard, no? Professional speakers, we have heard. Who are professional listeners? Who is a professional listener? Who is a professional listener? Kaas vaangindu, he will listen to you. Professional speaker na, he will take money and he will talk. Professional listener na, he will take money from you and he will listen. Who's that fellow? Psychoanalyst. That fellow will take your money and all that he will do is what? Simply he will listen to you. Correct. He will not talk anything. He will not say anything. Very lucrative profession. Yeah, very, very lucrative it is. Simply listen. Because nobody is listening. Everybody wants to talk. And nobody is willing to. You follow what I'm saying? Dvesha. Connected to Dvesha. When they talk, what will they talk? What will they talk? How this person is wrong. Either they will take a person and massacre that person, or they will discuss some movie and they will discuss that movie and massacre the fellow in the movie. Or movie lang kadayadi ipalla. What is it? Series. Part 1, part 2, I don't know. Oh, sorry. Season 1, season 2. They watch that and they will keep massacring the character part. Nevertheless, what will be the conversation about? Hatred. Are you able to follow? And it is so justifiable. What happens when you develop this hatred? What happens when you develop this hatred? The consequences of it is mental disturbances. The consequences of it is mental disturbances. The mental disturbances is that which takes you away from your goal. What is the goal that you are seeking? Peace, happiness, security, etc. Are you able to follow? Therefore, it is called dirt. So, one sonno, rendu sonno. இதெல்லாம் ரொம்ப காம்ப்ளிகேட்டடா இருக்கு சார். இதெல்லாம் ரொம்ப டிஃபிகல்ட்டா இருக்கு. 3. Whenever you develop this attitude of, I keep repeating this every few class, I keep repeating this. In all human beings, there is a tendency to be a policeman and a teacher. Again, I repeat. In all human beings, there is a tendency to be a policeman and and teaching. இந்த ரெண்டு வந்துடுத்துனா dirt has entered. If these two has come, dirt has entered. Because all this have only one consequence. What is the consequence? Losing your mental peace. You follow? Therefore, what is Chitta Suddhi? Freedom from 1, 2, and 3. Now we are defining what Chitta Suddhi is. What is Chitta Suddhi? The absence of 1, 2, and 3. Are you okay till now? In the absence of these three, when you take away these three, something gets filled in. It will not remain vacuum. Now the personality is filled with this. You take out this. It's not that the personality will remain empty. It's not that you will remain as a vacuum inside. Something comes and fills it in. What comes and fills it in? What comes and fills it in? Peace and calmness. The R, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3 is what the human being is filled with. You remove all this. Will it remain empty? Will it remain vacuum? No. Something gets filled in. What gets filled in when this goes out? Peace. What gets filled in? It will be filled with love. When this goes out, it will be filled with love. But we don't say love at all because human history le rendu misunderstood words. Two words that is completely misunderstood. One is God, another is love. For everybody have their own definitions of God and love. That's why we don't talk about these two. Absence. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. When you get rid of this, what fills in? Love. The moment we talk about love, you always talk about love as a relationship. Love means a relationship. A love, it's not a love that is born out of relationship. A love that requires no relationship. Again, I repeat, a love that is not born out of relationship. All the love that human being has today is born of a relationship. This is so good. So, in fact, this only is called love. A love that doesn't require any relationship. That fills in. That is peace. That is peace. That love that doesn't require any relationship is peace. Is supremely secure. Is happiness. You follow what I'm saying? It's Chitta Suddhi. Love. And what is love? Love that is not in need of any relationship. And you cannot conceive of love without a relationship. Can you? You cannot conceive of love without a relationship. And yet, love means it requires no relationship. Identification. Love. You can call it love, you can call it identification, any word you can use. But the beauty of it is such that you are in that blessed state. That blessed state is Chitta Suddhi. That Chitta Suddhi is required for what? Iduve moksha illa. Idu vandu preliminary preparation for moksha. Vijay. Idu ketale moksha madri irukku, isn't it? This itself looks like moksha, liberation. Moonavathu misunderstood word, liberation. Third misunderstood word is liberation. There is a beautiful there are a lot of introductory textbooks to Vedanta. There are a lot of introductory textbooks. In that book, 45 definitions of moksha is given. 45 ways in which people misunderstand it. Oh my God. You see that you know exactly what people are talking. You follow? So that Chitta Suddhi is the prerequisite for liberation. Why do we say Chitta Suddhi is the prerequisite for liberation? Remember it. A person in sadness, misery, sorrow cannot attain enlightenment. It is a joyful, blissful person alone can get into enlightenment. Take it or leave it. And we all believe enlightenment means a person in misery and sorrow alone will go for enlightenment, isn't it? Romba கஷ்டத்தில் இருக்கிறோம். In our moksha is the solution. A person in misery will seek freedom from misery. He will not seek liberation. A person in misery will not seek liberation. He will only seek freedom from misery. And the only way to get freedom from misery is what? And the only way to get freedom from misery is what? Get attached to something. Get addicted to something. Get addicted to something. Get attached to something. That sorrow goes down temporarily. That's why in Vedanta we say, if you want to attain moksha, you should go out of sorrow first. Contentment is the prerequisite for moksha, he says. Contentment is the prerequisite for moksha. Contentment means you are in a state where there is inner purification already. But then this itself will be misunderstood as moksha by a lot. The state of inner purification itself, people misunderstand it as they are in a liberated state. The enlightened master will come and say, don't get stuck here. Keep going, keep going, keep going. You will ask where to go now. This is a destination. Where to go now? If you are asking where to go now, it means Chitta Suddhi isn't there. Because it is like it's like climbing a mountain. When you reach one peak, you think that's it. As soon as you hit to that peak only, you will see the next peak. From here you will see, Idamba, you will think, isn't it? This is what you will think. First time I experienced it in the Sabrimala thing. We used to talk that long trek we take. The first mountain that we have to cross is Aludan Peradu. You see there, it looks like it will end there. But I used to think why people make such a big fuss of this. It's so close. You go there, from where that peak is hidden, we don't know. That peak is, suddenly it comes into, yo. And then you cross that, the third one comes, the fourth one comes. You follow? When you reach that peak of self-purification, inner purification, Chitta Suddhi, the next peak of moksha opens up. Then you will know what to do. Till that time, we can only think, one day it's going to happen. But exactly what it is and all can be understood only when you get to the state of Chitta Suddhi. Are you able to follow? Remember this. A person in misery, sorrow, suffering cannot aspire for moksha. If you have to aspire for moksha, you have to be contented first. A contented person alone can seek for something higher. Here we're talking about liberation. Are you able to follow? Anshu, I came late. So punishment for you, extra 10 minutes. Yeah. Class is not going to conclude. 10 more minutes we will conclude. 1 hour முடிக்கணும் அது எப்படி இருந்தாலும். Are you able to follow? A person in misery can never ask for self-realization, moksha. At the most, they can ask for what? Freedom from sorrow. நிம்மதியா இருக்கணும் சார், அவ்வளவுதான். All that I want is peace of mind. Arthaha artharthi jignasu. Seeker of solace. Seeker of solace may misunderstand that seeking liberation, but both are different things. Why? Clarity comes when you are agitated or when you are calm. When does clarity about anything comes? When you are disturbed and agitated or when you are calm and peaceful? Clarity comes only when you are calm and peaceful. That's why we say, it's okay, relax. Paravala udungo, it's okay. Just relax. When you are agitated, the very perception is so wrong. You're able to follow? When you are agitated, the very perception is wrong. So all that you need is to be peaceful first. So Chitta Suddhi is that which is going to make you peaceful. In that peace, certain deep penetrative questions about life comes. In that peace, certain deep penetrative questions about life comes. Till that time, how many ever times you are told to ask this question, how many times you ask this question also, it will be of no. Like people talk, self-realization means like a Mari biscuit discussion they have about self-realization. And they don't have anything else to do. They have a cup of tea, Mari biscuit, and they'll sit and talk about moksha, liberation. You follow? But sir, all the stories that we have heard about enlightened people and all is only about their sorrow and suffering only, no sir. Where have we seen any joyful person attaining moksha? You have heard the stories wrong. Whoever told you the story has no clue to what it is. Since they have no clue to what it is, they talk about it, and it appeals to you also. Why it appeals to you? Because you also want freedom from misery only. The human mind also doesn't want moksha. The human mind also wants freedom from misery. So anybody who gives you a guarantee of misery, you will think that as enlightenment. You follow? I used to wonder from where people get this idea of moksha, from where they have this idea of liberation. When they are so worried about something. See, contentment means this. Nothing in the world can affect your equanimity. That is contentment. What is contentment? Contentment means whatever happens in you, whatever happens outside of you will not disturb your equanimity. That is called sattva guna. Only a sattvic person can aspire for moksha. You follow? A person with rajas and tamas can aspire for moksha, but necessarily has to go through sattva. Again, a rajasic and tamasic person also can say, I want to moksha, but invariably they won't know what they are asking, what they are saying. So what is the proper way to make them understand what moksha is? Become sattvic first. become sattvic first. Once you become sattvic, then only you will know what moksha is. Are you okay till now? Moksha means no other hierarchy of priorities except that. Again, I repeat. Moksha means there is no hierarchy of priorities. Only that. For all other things, you have outgrown. All other duties and obligations, you have outgrown them. Carefully follow. You don't run away from them. By fulfilling it, you outgrow them. Therefore, a person who has fulfilled the duties and obligations, and they will have only one priority in life. What is that one priority? Moksha. And that's a wonderful state to be in. That's a wonderful state to be in. But all our understanding of enlightenment is crying and suffering. Before enlightenment, everybody has to be crying, and a crying person cannot attain. Enlightenment. Crying because of what? Crying because world is still bothering. World is still affecting. You follow? What is it in the world that is affecting? What is the world? The world is coexisting of opposites in different proportions. World is a continuous cycle. World is a cycle. Life is a cycle. Cycle of coexistence of opposites in different proportions. At one point of time, proportion of dharma will be more. At another point of time, the proportion of adharma will be more. A person interested in moksha will say, I have nothing to do with both. A person who is involved in the world will say, adharma must. Dharma to gosro? Fight for dharma. Yeah. Somebody sent me. ஒரு குரூப் இருக்குதான். Fight for Sanatana Dharma. அப்படின்னு ஒரு குரூப் இருக்குதான். That's a fight for Sanatana Dharma. First principle of Sanatana Dharma is stop dvesha, stop fighting. Yeah, now the fight for that. Fight so that you will not fight. என்னத்த சொல்றது? Murder so that you will not murder. What is the drama? Fight for Sanatana Dharma. So you should also, எனக்கு invitation வந்துச்சு. At least எனக்கு மெம்பரா வரதுக்கு இன்விடேஷன்ல ஆஃபீஸ் பேரர் ஆகிறதுக்கு இன்விடேஷன் வந்துச்சு. You should also be it, sir. This. Because a person interested in liberation is the one who has gone beyond dharma and adharma. Then only that person can be focused on moksha. A person who is caught up in the duality. Anybody caught up in duality cannot aspire for moksha. If you have to aspire for moksha, you have to say, I have nothing to do with this duality. Why? Why you have nothing to do with it? That's how world is designed. Utopia, Ramrajya Allah. Utopia, Ramrajya Allah, hallucination. People have this utopia, they say. Ideal world, where everything is, everybody will obey the traffic signal. Everybody will pay their taxes. Government need not send reminders. No competition. After you, everybody will say, after you. What time? That's sir. Life. Very good. Cinema la da irukum. In the dark room, first thing they do in the movie, they'll make everything dark. You know that psychologically, I used to wonder, at least I used to think like that. ஏன் டார்க்கா வைக்கிறாங்க? இல்ல லைட் வந்தா தெரியாது. டார்க் ஆக்கினா you can get carried away very fast. So பக்கத்துல இருக்கிற ஆள் கூட தெரியக்கூடாது, except what is happening in the screen. You know that? Hypnotic way அதெல்லாம். Hypnotic way it is. You can never watch anything like that. You have to, first thing is put everything dark curtains full dark agitu. And second thing is what? It should happen, things should happen at such a speed that you should not be even thinking for a split second. Or a split second you should not think. Because if you start thinking, first thing you will do is what? You will say, oh, you will say, isn't it? Because you are out of that dream. You are out of that dream. Are you able to follow? What is this life? The dream consisting of opposites, and you cannot do anything about the opposites. You cannot do anything about it. Yeah. Percentage different proportions. 50-50 irukadu, 70-30 irukadu. The proportion of dharma and adharma, the proportion of life and death, the proportion of all எப்படி இருக்கும்? ரேண்டமா இருக்குமா? 1:99 ஒரே ப்ரொபோர்ஷன் தான், 51-49. The opposites exist as in the proportion of 51 and 49. But the two only looks like a huge difference. Again, I repeat, the proportion of right and wrong, good and bad, love and hatred, birth and death will not be 90:10. There will never come a time where there are 90 good and 10 bad. There will never come a time where 90 bad and only 10 good. Always எப்படி இருக்கும் இந்த proportion? 51 and 49. அவ்வளவுதான். இந்த 2% தான் such a big drama life. The human being goes through such a big drama in life just for this percent. A person aspiring for moksha will understand that. When you have this Chitta Suddhi, you look at life with the Chitta Suddhi, how you will look at it? இது ஒரு proportion. In the proportion மாத்துறதுக்கு இவ்வளவு கஷ்டம். What have you achieved by that? Okay, you achieve it, will it be stable? In front of your eyes, it will reverse. From 49-51, it will become 51-49. 49-51, 51-49. So, what you will understand? A contented person will say, I have nothing to do with this. I have nothing to do with this. What you call as your goodness also has no meaning. Your badness also has no meaning. Your dharma also has no meaning. Your adharma also has no meaning. Why? Because இது இப்படியே தான் இருக்க போகுது. இப்படியே தான் இருக்க போகுது. மாறிண்டே இருக்க போகுது. What will you want to do in that situation? The question that you will ask yourself is what? Is there a way out? Is there a way out of this? That is moksha. Moksha is not, from this what do we understand? Moksha is not moving from adharma to dharma. Moksha is beyond dharma and adharma. In the Ashtavakra Gita, Ashtavakra tells this to Janaka. You want to moksha, Janaka, go beyond dharma and adharma. Bhagavad Gita, he says, leave adharma and come to dharma. And Arjuna is not asking for moksha. Arjuna moksha kekla. Arjuna enna kekran? Na enna pannanum? I don't know what to do. Tell me what to do na kekran. When a person is asking, tell me what to do, you can't tell that person aspire for moksha. That's a very unhelpful advice to that person. And the person says, "What? I'm very confused in life, sir. What should I do?" That's why you should study Vedanta. Come to Vedanta class. Study Vedanta, aspire for moksha. That fellow will go back thinking, நான் என்ன கேட்கிறேன், இவர் என்ன சொல்றாரு? No connection between, there's no conversation at all between the two. Therefore, what is a human being? So the 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 necessary condition for moksha is beyond dharma and adharma. Dvesham garad engendu varudhu ipo? When I see things as dharma and adharma, I want to eliminate adharma and want to establish dharma. Only one person can do that. Only an enlightened person alone will be able to shift the balance. Not one unenlightened to another unenlightened. அது முடியவே முடியாது. Because two unenlightened persons, அவங்க ரெண்டு பேரும் யாரு? Both are politicians. Non-enlightened நால யார் என்ன அர்த்தம்? ராம் சுப்ரமணியன். Enlightened no politician. Non-enlightened you are a politician. You may not be a member in any political party, but the mind is of a politician only. Yeah, mind is of a politician. Political party irukka matta sir. That doesn't make any difference. Are you able to follow? Mind is of a politician only. Therefore, Chitta Suddhi is the prerequisite for moksha. And what is moksha? Moksha means I have nothing to do with the pairs of opposites. I have nothing to do with the pairs of opposite. I have nothing to do with the birth of somebody. I have nothing to do with the death of somebody. I have nothing to do with the happiness of somebody. I have nothing to do with the misery of somebody. I have nothing to do with the right. I have nothing to do with the wrong. That is, if you aspire for moksha. But நாங்க மோக்ஷா கேட்கவே இல்லையே சார். நாங்க எங்க கேட்டோம்? நீங்களா? Just because we came and sat in this class, you assumed that we are interested in moksha னு பேசுறதுல whose fault it is? Vijay, your fault, the teacher fault, isn't it? It's not the fault of the student, it's the fault of the teacher. Are you able to follow? So Chitta Suddhi is the prerequisite for moksha. And what is Chitta Suddhi? Not moving from one opposite to the another opposite. ஏன்னா one opposite will necessary, அந்த opposite இருக்கிறதுக்கு இன்னொன்னு வேணும். One opposite can exist only when the other is present. One cannot exist without the other. That's why I always say it's the coin that has two sides. You can never mint a coin with one side. Is it possible to mint a coin with one side? Coin means two sides. Life means two sides. Moksha means freedom from this life, freedom from this opposites. Able to follow? If I need to have freedom from this opposites, I can't be a victim of this opposites. I have to be thoroughly contented with relation to the opposites. Are you able to connect now? If I want to moksha, I should not be a victim of opposites. I should be a person thoroughly contented with it. Once I am contented with it, the next peak will appear. As long as I am not contented with this, the next peak will never. Therefore, Chitta Suddhi is very, very important. Chitta Suddhi means what? Inner purification. Inner purification means absence of 1, 2 and 3. When these three are eliminated, there will not be a vacuum inside. You will not be hollow inside. You will not be empty inside. When these three goes out, something beautiful will get filled in. And when that beautiful thing gets filled in, that's where you will become more sacrificial, you will become more grateful. Are you able to follow? All the positive virtues will start coming. You will become more sacrificial, you will become more loving, you will become more affectionate. Even the word sacrifice will be very irritating to you. You say, what do you mean sacrifice? There's no sacrifice. This is what I have to do. I am doing. What is a big title that you have made big? Sacrifices and all. Even that word sacrifice and all will be too shallow, too hollow. Oh, yajna karma. What yajna karma? So say, what yajna karma? Big thing certification for yajna karma. It's too hollow. Too shallow for a person seeking moksha. Are you able to follow? If we keep talking like this, more and more we'll be convinced that no way we are going to get in the mother depression class. You should be agitated. Why are you making us get depressed, agitated? And it's not that difficult at all. You don't have to fight all the three. You learn to fight one, you get the knack of handling everything. That's where it is so easy. Again, I repeat, if you get the knack of dealing with one, you know the knack of dealing with. Yeah. Beautiful is that word knack, isn't it? And the knack, after that you can do. After that, anything and everything you can handle. You just have to knack, isn't it? Should get the knack. What is the modern word? Is there any new word for that? There is a word. Huh? What is that word?
Cheat code.
Cheat code. Oh, cheat code. I know new words will come. Yeah, knack. Cheat code. Yeah, code, CODE. If you find that cheat code, you know how to crack everything. No. Cheat code. Yeah, don't cheat and all. Cheat code. No. Cheat code. Cheat. CHEAT. Do not even think of uttering that word only. And then code. That's a technique. Code is a technique. Technology technique. Whatever it is. Well, once you get the knack of it, you know how to do everything. It is just getting that one thing. So you don't have to worry about how will I conquer 1A, 1B, 1C, 2A, 2B, 2C, 2E, 2D, 2F, 3. If you get the knack of one, you get to know how to do. All are so intertwined. One problem appearing with various masks. Are you able to follow? See, all these are various masks. You hit the one, you know how to hit everything. That's how the knowledge makes it. That's how the knowledge makes it possible. How the knowledge makes it possible. It gives you the knack of dealing with one. You get to know how to deal with everything. They know the knack of making sambar. You know how to do anything and everything. Illana Pattimandram. 1 week Pattimandram class Narayanji. Kuta Pitlayana 1 week Pattimandram moding. How to Kutu and Pitla is 2 ways of making the same useless thing. That's all. It doesn't make any difference. Is this the way it is done? Is that the way it is done? Pictures along were sent to know. Photographs were sent, pictures were sent. Narayana. Self-realization, sir. Follow? Exchanging. Anshu, you understood what I'm saying? You didn't have a clue to what I said, no? You have no clue to what I said, isn't it? See, the debate is sambar. What kind of sambar is the debate going on? You have the knack of one, you get to know how to do everything. That's what the Mundaka Upanishad. That's the Mundaka Upanishad. Knowing that one, I know everything. That's knowledge. That's the beauty of that knowledge. They say, knowing that one, you know everything. If you know how to handle one, you know how to handle everything. Vedanta is that. So beautiful. You follow? Is it okay? Unsure. Some of these things you don't catch, it's okay, no problem. Deepika, you also don't know, but I think you can catch at least. Guru? With this, we conclude, we continue. Ah.
So, regarding this, actually, going about good and bad and we discussed this good end of last time also. There is one and this few other parts that we discussed last time in this class. And I don't know the vision also. So after we said, if somebody is in pain, we won't help them. If somebody is in pain, they are in that state because they are being selfish. And it is the nature of an unselfish person to actually work in state. Something. And we talked about Ramakrishna's nature being the same. Even the scorpion whose nature is to sting.
Correct.
Ramakrishna was not indifferent.
Yes.
He wanted to sweep away the scorpion, but he didn't do that. He was trying to save it and so on. So I want to bring up this example that you mentioned good in the last class. 40-year-old adult physically abusing 2-year-old child. So abusive's nature is brutality, if I put it that way.
Yes.
Like child's nature is innocence. Child doesn't know about child's
Yes.
body. Right. So if this falls on somebody's falls on say passerby's knees.
Yes.
So is it not tamas to be indifferent and alachiyam or indifference? It's not tamas. You saying that I will cancel this. I not talk about 40-year-old abusing 2-year-old child. Okay, I want to cancel. I know what is good and what is bad, what is right and wrong. But I am going towards moksha. So is it not tamasic or indifferent alachiyam attitudes?
Yeah. The question that Ram Subramanian is coming up with is Ram Subramanian political question. He will ask only political questions. In that question, all that you say has to be wrong only, the answer. Question. If a 40-year-old person abusing a 2-year-old girl, a seeker of liberation, if he stays quiet, is it not tamas? Correct? That's question. Leave it to your discretion. Leave it to your discretion. Find out. Question again. If a 40-year-old person abuses a 2-year-old child physically, sexually, that's what you are saying. If a person is abusing like that, what will happen is, what will a seeker of liberation do? Should he? If he is not interfering, is it not tamas? Because he is sattvic, he should objectively interfere. 1 week homework. Think and ask next week again the same question. 1 week homework. Think. Some conditioning in you will break. Some conditioning in you will break. Think about it for 1 week. If you still have a problem, ask me next week. I will say what my thoughts are on that. Don't discuss it. Don't think about it from the angle of morality. Don't discuss it from the angle of moral and immoral. Discuss it from the angle of a person seeking moksha. Think from that perspective. Think from the angle of that person. Don't think from the angle of a moralist. If you think from angle of moralist, answer is very clear. What? What is the answer? Crucify that fellow. Answer is very clear. Where is the problem? Crucify that fellow. Objectively, we can crucify, no, sir. That is a very sattvic person, no? Objectively, can we crucify that fellow? Because we have to do our duty also. And what is my duty? When I see these kind of situations, I cannot stay quiet. I have to interfere. Ram Subramanian. Huh? For a while, think about it. Think about it for a week. You will understand. If you still have a problem, அடுத்த வாரம் கேளு. சரியா?